You can see the future already, right?
Yeah.
What excites you about the electronics industry?
This industry puts us at the forefront where we get to see the next great big thing.
Yeah.
The electronics industry is really big, but it's actually quite small, right? Yeah. Everyone sort of knows everybody, and it's full of great people.
Man, there's so many things. I think what excites me the most about this industry are the people, for sure.
I can't think of an industry in the world that's more exciting than electronics.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Leadership Manufacturing Podcast. I'm thrilled to have you here today. I'm Sannah Vinding, I'm your host, and I have over 20 years of experience in B2B marketing, product development, and team empowerment. I'm passionate about sharing insights to help you enhance your leadership skills. In today's episode, we're diving into the world of electronics component with some of the industry's finest leaders. And joining me are Walter Tobin, Akery, Tobi Cornell, and Rob Brunson. And these experts have a lot to share. I actually asked them about their passion about the industry. So get ready for some personal stories, learn a little bit more about these leaders, and I hope you get some inspiration, pick up a few tips to become a much better leader in the electronics industry. Enjoy. Invited industry expert to join Leadership in Manufacturing Podcast just to go a little bit deeper on how to become a better leader. And now that I'm reflecting on these episodes, I'm like, I could ask a little bit more questions that goes deeper. So that's why, Tobi, I brought you back, right? Because we had so much fun last time and I want to learn more about you.
Well, thank you very much for having me back. I'm very honored to be joining you today. So thank you.
Awesome. So it's just a few questions here, but I want to start to learn about, what excites you about the electronics industry?
Man, there's so many things. I think what excites me the most about this industry are the people, for sure. Yeah. Everybody that you get to meet in the industry, whether they're working for, a manufacturer's rep like myself, or if they're working for a manufacturer or a distributor, there's so many fantastic people that we are able to work with. And you're always working on cutting edge technology. You're selling and working with cutting edge components as well. And so it's never dull. It's always new and always changing. That's my favorite thing about the industry.
Yeah, it's good, right? It's like you can see the future already, right?
Yeah.
What's going to happen? Okay, so Don, welcome back. I wanted to ask you a few questions about leadership. So that's why I'm bringing you back on the show. I wanted first of all, I wanted to ask you, what excites you about the electronics industry?
Well, I mean, I've been in the electronics industry for almost 40 years now. So I get excited still the same way I did when I joined it, because I'm in and I get to see and hear about what's happening with technology that's going to impact the future. I mean, I can be around, I was around when they started talking about, DSL modems, which were a whole lot better than the old type modems. And I was around when they started talking about, every home having a PC, and now, not only do we have one, we've got multiple. And I was around when the talk about electric vehicles. Yeah. And now they're on the road and you see them every day. Yeah. So I still get excited of, what's next. I mean, look at what's happened with AI over the past 6 months, it feels like. But it's what it's done and how I use it every day. So that's really what gets me pumped up is, this industry puts us at the forefront where we get to see the next great big thing.
Yeah, it is. It's funny when you say that a house, our family had like one computer. So we bought the house that we're in maybe 8 or 10 years ago, but the kitchen had that desk, right, where the mom could sit and put the computer and pay the bills. And I'm like, hey, we're like on the fly now, right? You just pay it from your phone.
That's it. Yeah, we don't even need the PC anymore.
No, right?
Yeah. I'm sitting here with my phone, and that's it. I'm doing all my banking on it. I'm getting ready for a trip, and I'm checking in, and I log into the computer sometimes to do video calls.
Yeah, right. That's what you do. And so I think the only you can get concerned, right? You need that battery, right? And you need your signal.
But we all have the routines just like we used to have for the paid telephones. Yeah. Now I've got a charger in my luggage that I can actually plug my phone into. So I'm never without a charge.
Yeah, I think I experienced once where my phone just just went down, right? Or just turned black. And I was like, no. And I was
Oh, yeah.
and I was in the airport, but I was like almost like CPR, right? Like, bring it back to life, bring it back to life. And it got back to life. But it's like freaking out a little bit.
That's when you start looking around. If you don't have a charger, who can I borrow a cord
but
from?
it had battery. It had, I don't know. It just had I think it just faded. Saying Sannah's using it too much. No. What excites you about the electronics industry?
What excites me about the electronics industry? So I think there's a couple things. Number one, I think what's most important is we have a really interesting career and we're on the forefront of a lot of technology. We're a growing industry, which is really exciting, and every day is really different. So, when I'm an outside salesperson, right? So when I go into different accounts, Monday is different than Tuesday, Tuesday is different than Wednesday, so on and so forth. So it's really cool to see, what engineers are working on and what's coming to market down the road, what new technologies they're exploring. And the flip side of that is, with our suppliers, what new products they're coming out with, and they're kind of adjusting to the market and being forward thinking. And the other thing that I really love is the electronics industry is really big, but it's actually quite small, right? Yeah. Everyone sort of knows everybody, and it's full of great people, right? Yeah. When you look at the electronics industry, everyone's a really good person. And it's enjoyable to get together at ERA and EDS. I'm actually going to ECIA this year for the first time, so I'm really looking forward to that. But just the people are great. And then I think the main thing is just every day being different. And because every day is different, that's really driven by new technology. And that's really exciting to see and be a part of, quite frankly.
Yeah. So how proud of you are you of like final projects? If you see that device out in the real world, right?
Well, I'm very proud when it gets close to the finish line. But a saying we have in our company, we're not done until someone buys it, it ships, and it works.
And it works.
So once we know that all those 3 boxes are checked, then I get really exciting. But for us, one of the things we really try to do is we try to look out the windshield instead of the rearview mirror. Yeah. So, we really enjoy those, but our job for our suppliers is just to keep moving on and finding new things. But it is nice to be a part of something. And I think one of the things that we really enjoy at Wallace, and I'm sure we'll sort of get into this a little bit as we get further into the questions, is just bringing solutions to people. Yeah. Right. I think one of the roles, especially in the electronics industry, is you got to bring solutions. And in many ways, you have to be empathetic to your customers and their needs. So ultimately, what our job is to help our customers be successful. So being able to alleviate challenges, alleviate pain points for them, whether that's logistics or a product or whatever, that's where the real joy comes in, is just working with those other people and helping them find success.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
if our customers aren't successful, we're all out of a job too.
Yeah, right. Then they won't come back to you or to anyone. Yeah,
that's right.
No, yeah,
that's right.
Okay, it's fun because I worked for a lighting manufacturer many years ago, and if I see the street light, if I'm in LA or in San Diego, if I'm traveling, if I'm watching a movie, and suddenly that street light is there, I'm like, oh my god, I did that little.
I had something to do with that.
Yeah.
For sure, those are definitely cool. And the other cool thing is to work on things that save people's lives. We have a lot of medical stuff and safety equipment here. Yeah. So it is cool just to know that, you're designing in products with the point of those products, saving someone's life.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool thing. It's kind of makes this bigger than you, which is cool.
And I'm a geek because if I go like getting my eyes checked or going to the dentist or, just a checkup, and they leave me alone with the machines, right? Not that I'm touching them, but I'm looking at the interface and I'm like, what are they using? Yeah. Is that the LED? Is it a display? So, and I think one time they caught me like walking in and I was like taking pictures just because I needed.
That's right. Well, I think what happens is once you become ingrained and, embedded into the electronics world, you sort of see everything a little bit differently.
Yeah.
If you've never been in this world, you go to a gas pump and you fill up your gas tank and that's that.
Yeah.
You're in the electronics world. You're like, what is on this nozzle boot? What is how is this HMI working and things like that? So I can totally relate to that. I think it changes your perspective. once you're in the industry for a little while.
We got now that we're down this route as well. We got some new air conditions, so it's like with electrical, and they had the cover was off, right? Geeky as well.
There's a lot of stuff in those.
Yeah, I was like, "What's on the PC board here? Right? Is there anything I can use for a video?"
That's right.
I'm excited you're here because I want to learn. Today, actually, I have Walt here, so welcome. And I want to ask about leadership, what makes a good leader, and going a little bit deeper. But before we kick it off, so first of all, welcome to the show again, Walt. I'm happy.
Thank you, Sannah. Thank you.
But I always like to see the passion in within our industry. So I want to ask what excites you about the electronics industry?
Well, everything. I can't think of an industry in the world that's more exciting than electronics. I mean, you think about the applications that we all experience and touch and that have been, frankly, inbred in us over the past many years since electronics was invented, whenever that was. It's taken over every aspect of our life. There's new applications for electronics coming up every nanosecond in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, what industry would you rather be in that has the opportunity for growth, for new applications, not only in healthcare and industrial and all everything that you look at is being radically changed by electronics. It's become part of our daily life. It's become our daily life.
Yeah.
I mean, this morning I thought I had lost my cell phone and I was starting to hyperventilate. What would I do without think about it.
Yeah.
Have you ever left the house without your cell phone?
The wallet, you can survive a wallet, right? If that happens, but your phone has everything. Yeah.
Right. So I think electronics has certainly changed the world.
Yeah.
In many, many cases for the better. Some people, miss some of the personal interaction. You see people out for dinner and they're all both looking at their phone. You see people on an airplane, as soon as the airplane touches down, everybody grabs their phone. So you're losing a little bit of that personal touch, but there's no other industry that can say how that's growing every day and it's changing and has changed the world.
Yeah. And you're part of the future, right? Building that new future, which I like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Awesome. I like it. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Leadership in Manufacturing podcast. I love that you're listening. Please find us on YouTube and wherever you get your podcast, and be sure to subscribe and rate us. Also, follow our LinkedIn page and Instagram, and check out leadershipinmanufacturing.com for previous episodes, blog posts, and our newsletter. So let's continue this journey together to become better leaders in the electronics industry. Remember, stay curious, keep learning. See you next time.